Now that we know that the speed is faster, we're asked, assuming that the sound remains an A note, how will the wavelength of the A note change when it's played through a metal plate instead of the air? So we know the speed of sound was, through air, 340 meters per second. So I know when it's played through the air, it used to be 340 speed equals to the frequency, 429, times the wavelength, which is 0.79, or 79, yeah. Okay, now the question is, when you're playing it through a metal plate, which means it got faster, what will happen to the wavelength? Okay, so let's say metal plate. And so what should happen to the speed? Well, what happens to the speed is that it got faster. Well, I don't really know exactly how much faster it got, so let's just make up a number that's higher. Let's just say 400. Okay, if this is 400 and it's saying it remains the same note, well, that means that the frequency has to stay the same. So I'm going to write this as the old frequency. It's the same frequency. So then the question is asking, what should happen to the wavelength, when the speed has gone up? So notice that the speed has gone up. It's gone up from 340 to 400. So over here, it either is going to become a smaller number or a bigger number. Well, we know how to solve this. 400 equals to 420 times x. So I need to divide this by 429 to get rid of the 429. And so I know that x in this case is 400 divided by 429. So it's going to be 0.93. So I know this is 0.93. So did it go up or did it go down? It actually went up. Right? It went from 0.79 to 0.93. The wavelength definitely went up when the speed went up. And that has to make sense, because this is staying the same. When one side of the equation goes up, the other side of the equation has to go up as well. For example, if you have 6 equals to 2 times 3, if you keep the 2 the same, and I want this number to go up, then this number will also have to go up as well, right? If the 8 is bigger than the 6, then whatever this is has to be bigger than the 3. So the way that we answer this is by saying the wavelength will increase because the speed increased. And then you would say that the wavelength and speed are, in this case, when one goes up, the other goes up, it is called directly proportional. You can also say directly related. It's up to you. And then so for a problem like this, you need to have a couple of things. You need to tell me the answer, which is the wavelength will increase. You need to explain why, and you have to use the words directly related, or you have to use the word inversely related when that matters.